it has taken me direct to the class. Okay. So when you go to the class there now, you go under classwork. For your case, you go under classwork. When you click on classwork, there you find all the subjects. Angel, can you mute yourself, Angel? Okay. So there you find all the subjects, like mathematics. When you come here. Now, notes, most of you call and say, teacher, I have not seen the notes that you have taught us today. When you come and click on this note, you see we have it all there. All the notes we have there. Okay. You just have to open that note. It is not in different folders. It's just in one folder as lesson notes, mathematics lesson notes. So when you click on it, you will be able to find lesson 1, you will be able to find lesson 2, you will be able to find lesson 3. And then you open, if it is lesson 3, you click on it, and you will be able to copy the notes in your book. So this is how you can go into the Google Classroom. Otherwise, thank you so much for those of you who have at least seen how to go to the Google Classroom. So I think it is time, having taken you through how to join Google Classroom, let me have someone to lead us into the opening prayer so that we can start. I want someone to lead us into the opening prayer. Okay. Yes, you can lead us, Timothy. Timothy, you can lead us.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, lead us into the opening prayer.
Let's ambassadors and pray. Lord, I thank you for this new day you've given us. I thank you for protecting us through the night. I thank you for guiding us through everything that we have done through our years. Lord, as we pray, I pray that may you give wisdom to us. We answer the questions that the teacher is going to ask us. May you protect him as when we finish this lesson. May you protect all of us, the students. And I pray that may you end this COVID-19 so that we can go back to schools. May the markets reopen. May everyone go back to how they used to live before this COVID-19. I pray all this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Amen. Okay. Thank you, Tendo. Omara. Now, let me just request my admin, Eric. Eric, I'm trying to remove some pupils who are having videos. If there is any way you can stop their videos, it is okay. Because some of them are having videos which okay. Eric, are you there?
Excuse me, teacher, I have a question.
Yes, Calvin.
Teacher, my question is about submitting the work. When I submit, it still shows that it's missing.
It shows that it's missing, eh?
Yes, but when I do submit.
Okay, now like for the 2 exercises that I gave you, it is just automatic. Okay, I've been giving you the quiz in primary 5. One quiz was, Eric, are you there? Eric, can you come and help me here? Because I'm seeing my co-hosting right is not working. Eric?
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Hakim, it's me, Shakul.
Yeah, Sakul, can I request you to remove, actually you remove the video. Let me request the learners to remove their videos. Hakim, can you remove your video? Okay, let's not waste a lot of time. I just want you to listen to my guidelines so that we can be able to conduct our lesson successfully. There are reasons why we tell you not to put on your videos. There are reasons. So I only request you that you don't put on the videos. Then also make sure you mute yourself, and you can only unmute when you are asked to talk. So that's my humble request. Okay. So Eric, admin Eric, Sam, can you? Admin Eric. Okay, members, let's mute ourselves. I'm trying to do it as a co-host. Yes, just mute yourself, members.
Lydia. Okay. Good morning, teacher. Hello, everybody.
Members, I was quiet because I'm annoyed of you. I'm annoyed of you. I am saying, all of you, can you mute yourself? All of you, can you mute yourself?
Okay.
Mute yourself. You only put on your audio when I have asked you to put on, if you want to learn.
Good morning, teacher.
I am saying, listen to me. Can you mute yourself? If you don't want to mute yourself, let me keep quiet, because a teacher cannot be talking and you are also talking. Is that how you are brought up?
Which subject is this?
Admin Eric, can you come on and elect me? Because the co-hosting right is not working. Admin Eric? Admin Eric?
Okay, stop.
Yourself.
So, David.
Bakano kali mukuri. Just mute yourself. Some people want boy. Covered dish.
Members, can you listen to me, members? Can you really mute yourself? Let's mute ourselves.
Yeah, but dish.
Okay, good morning, learners. Good morning, learners.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning.
Can we all mute ourselves? Can we all mute?
Good morning, teacher.
Can we all mute ourselves?
Negative an hour.
Testimony. The story. You speak.
Morning.
See?
Please stop. Please unmute you. Please mute yourself.
Please unmute yourself.
Morning.
Hmm?
Keep quiet.
Mute. Shema story. Please, guys, mute yourself.
All of you keep quiet. Teachers come.
Quiet.
Can you keep quiet? Just mute all of us.
Okay, Mr. Charles, good morning. Hello, Charles, good morning.
Yes, good.
Charles, what happened to Eric? I'm trying
Hello.
to call Eric. The co-hosting right is not doing anything.
Yaja. Yangola.
Hello, Charles.
Hello.
Yes, the co-hosting right is not doing anything.
Hold on. Can you put on your what? Your share.
Okay, Charles, you did good to come. I don't know what happened to Eric. After live streaming, he didn't give me the hosting right. And the co-hosting right was not muting the learners.
But I can see you are a co-host.
Yes, I'm a co-host, but even before I was a co-host, but it was not working.
Okay, let me give you host rights.
Yeah, it was totally not working.
You can continue.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, thank you, Charles. So, members, good morning once again. Yes, hello, good morning once again.
Good morning, teacher.
Morning, teacher.
Morning,
Okay. Thank you so much. I am very disappointed in you, the learners of P5 today. I was trying to tell you that just as the way we used to mute all of you such that we can control the class, I think my admin had a problem of network and everything was not working. But nevertheless, we thank our super admin for coming in to our rescue. Otherwise, I'd already surrendered the class to you so that you can first make noise if you have come in the class to make noise. Personalities like Teacher Tony does not tolerate, even when you are at home, once your father is talking, allow your father to talk and then respond. When your mother is talking, allow your mother to talk and then respond. So I was trying to tell all of you to mute yourself, that please mute yourself so that you allow me to talk. Nobody was listening. People like Akim was just singing. People like Del was just singing. That was really not good. So please stop that kind of behavior if you want to be good children and if you want to have a bright future. You need to stop that kind of behavior. Should not continue, okay? So thank you. Let me end there and continue with what we are supposed to learn. Of course, we have already consumed our time making noise. So, and that is bad. It affects you. It does not affect the teacher. It affects you. Once you are in the school and you are making noise, it always affects you because you are going to eat on your time that you are supposed to learn. So this should not repeat itself. Members, have you heard what I've said? Have you heard what I've said?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so we can continue. Yes, we are not going to forget to welcome you for the e-learning program that is supported by Edify and then ICT Teachers Association of Uganda, organized by Christian School Owners Association. So this is primary 5 and we are going to learn mathematics. It is our lesson. It is our lesson 4. We have learned this is our 4th lesson of this program. Today is Friday, 17th September 2021 or 2021. So we are going to be discussing some few things. My name is Teacher Tony. You can call me Teacher Tony. And those of you who wants to ask me questions, maybe outside Zoom lesson, that is my contact. Okay. So without wasting time, I want us to go straight away to what we are going to discuss today. Before we had learned about the topic money, we digested, we talked about so many things under money. And that topic, we have finished it fully. I hope you have been copying the notes. I hope you have been doing the exercise under money. And then don't close the book. Make sure you continue revising whatever we have learned under money. So I really thank God for making us finish that topic successfully. Now that we are going to open our new topic, and our new topic today is length, mass, and capacity. We are going to discuss length, mass, and capacity. So these are 3 main subtopics under this. We have the length, which we are supposed to begin with. Then we shall go, after finishing all what we are supposed to discuss under length, we shall go to mass. After the mass, we shall go to the capacity. So in this lesson, therefore, we are going to talk about length. We are going to begin with the length. Some of you might have already learned about this in your previous class. Length, mass, and capacity is also taught in primary 4. Length, mass, and capacity is taught in primary 5. Length, mass, and capacity is taught in primary 6. So it means you have already learned this. It means you have already learned this topic in your previous class. So therefore, what is length? What do we mean when we talk about length? What do we understand by this word length? Yes, Calvin? Calvin, what is length?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what is length?
Excuse me, teacher. At school, we never finished that topic.
No, we are just here trying. We are just here trying to now learn. If you have never finished the topic, now we are going to finish it here. But if you can explain the meaning of length, is okay. Okay, how about Carol? Carol, can you try to explain what length is? Carol? Okay, some of you whose hands are up, I don't know why.
Teacher.
Let's try. Yes, Carol, what is length? What do you understand by this word length?
Length is the long side of something.
The long side of something. Yes, you have the idea. Okay, you have the idea. Let's go to Sanon. Yes, Sanon, what is length?
Length is the distance between 2 points.
Very good. Length is the distance between 2 points. Let me write that. Let me write that. That length is the distance between 2 fixed points. Length is the distance between 2 fixed
points.
Now, just maybe to illustrate and to explain what we are talking about. For example, if I have this point, let me draw this shape. Okay, if I draw this, I draw this shape. I don't know which shape I'm drawing. Okay, if I draw this
I can't see
shape,
your screen.
if I draw this shape, I don't know which shape I've drawn. Somebody can try to help me. Elijah, what have I drawn?
Excuse me, teacher.
Elijah, what have I drawn?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, can you see my screen?
No, teacher.
Okay, let me try again to stop it and share with you again. Okay, I'm going to share with you the screen. Now, are you able to see it, Elijah?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, how about Sanon? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you, teacher.
Yes. Now, I was drawing something here to explain the length that we are talking about. So if we have a diagram like this, so what we mean by length, it is, let's say from this point up to this point is what we call the length. So the distance from here up to here, it's what we are calling the length. So here we say this is the length. So the measure of distance. Even down here, you also have the length. Now, different shapes have the length, but they're given their specific name given to that length. So this is also the length. Okay, and even this side, which we call it the width. Okay, the distance from here to here, it is also the length. But now, because it is a rectangle, you will call it width. Okay, so the distance between 2 fixed points is what we call the length. Now, length has different units for measuring. We have different units for measuring length, but the basic unit that they use is meters. Meters is the basic unit, but it also has some other units that we use for measuring length. So let's look at those units. Okay, let's look at those units. So we have very many units that we use for measuring length. Can someone try to guess before I give you mine? Yes, can you try to guess different units that we use for measuring length? Okay, if you get a notification, meaning I've picked you so that you can guess. Yes, Abby? Can you give me one unit that we use for measuring length? Yes, Abby?
Height.
The units for measuring the height that you are talking about. Yes, Esther.
Teacher, I'm not Esther.
Nachitende Esther.
Centimeters, meters, and millimeters.
Okay, we have meters and millimeters. That is Nachitende Esther. Any other person who can give us another unit? Yes. Yeah, so those are the units that we use for measuring length. Okay, so one, we have kilometers. We have kilometers. Now, when you look at our roads, for example, if I'm moving from here up to Lira, on the roads there, they have measured the distance in terms of kilometers. So for example, if I'm moving from here up to Gulu, you find that the kilometers from Kampala to Gulu is about 365 kilometers. So they have measured the distance from Kampala to Gulu in terms of kilometers. Okay, so we have kilometers as one of the units for measuring the length. Two, we have hectometers. We have hectometers. So these are some of the units for measuring length. We have hectometers, and I've been writing them in short form. So we can say hectometers, then we write it in short form as HM, representing hectometers. Then after hectometers, we have another unit. Now, I have arranged these units from the biggest to the smallest. Just the way I've arranged it, it means kilometers is the biggest unit for measuring length, followed by hectometers. Then after hectometers, we have decameter. Very good. We have decameter. So decameters is another unit that we use for measuring length. So you can use kilometers, you can use hectometers, you can use decameter. Now, we have two units that begins with letter D. There is decameter and decimeter. Now, to separate them in short form, decameter, we shall be writing it with a capital D. So when we say DM, that means we are meaning decameter with a capital D. But the other one, which we are going to say decimeter, we shall be writing it with a small d. Okay, so we continue. We have meters after decameters, and meters is written as M, then followed by decimeter. This is what I was saying. So here we have decameter, and also we have decimeter. Now, when we are writing them in short form, decameter we shall use capital D, and decimeter we shall use small d. So wherever we use small d, you just know that we are talking about decimeters. Okay, so after decimeters, we have what we call centimeters. Now, centimeters is also what we majorly use in our classroom situation. For example, right now you have a ruler. I don't know how many of you are having a ruler. How many of you are having a ruler? Rosemary, do you have a ruler there? Rosemary, do you have a ruler? Oh, you are coming on and disappearing. So we have centimeters, then after centimeters, we have millimeters. So millimeters is the smallest unit that is used for measuring lengths. So members, these are the units. So I want Rosemary to read for us those units. Rosemary, can you come and read for us the units? Rosemary? Okay, she is muting and unmuting, unmuting and muting. Let's go to Lillian. Yes, Lillian.
Kilometers.
Okay.
Hectometers.
Okay.
Decameters.
Good.
Meters.
Okay.
Decimeters.
Okay.
Centimeters.
Very good.
And millimeters.
Very good. So now the activity that I'm going to give you right now is I want you to tell me those units for measuring length. When you tell me, you also give me the spelling. You tell me the unit and its spelling. Okay. So we have units for measuring length. So I want you to tell me and give me the spelling. Let me begin with the Queen. Okay, Queen. Oh, this is Mugisa now. Mugisa, can you come on? Give me one unit for measuring length, its spelling, and yes, Mugisa. Okay, Queen, can you give us one unit? Just give us one unit. Queen?
Kilometers.
Okay, louder. Can you speak louder?
Kilometers.
Okay, what is the spelling of kilometers?
K-I.
Okay, let me write K-I.
L-O.
Kilo. Okay, L-O.
M-E-T.
M-E-T.
R-E-S-T.
R-E-S. Like
Yes,
that?
yes.
Like, okay. How about writing it in short form?
K-M.
We have KM. Very good. Very good. Let me pick another person also to give me another unit and the spelling. Okay. Let me see those who are ready to give me the units and the spelling. If you are ready, you put up your hand. Yes. Sorry. I had got my person, but now after very many came in. Okay, Del, you made me annoyed. Can you come and make me happy now, Del?
Hectometers.
Okay, Del now is making me happy. Hectometers, spelling.
H-E. City.
Good.
O-M. E-T. E-R.
E-R.
Yes.
R-E, eh?
No. E-R.
Okay, this is what? Yes, members. In most cases, we are writing these units with R-E, not so? Okay, can someone come and second the answer? Yes, Jerry? Jerry?
It is H-E.
H-E? Yes, H-E?
C-T.
Yes.
O-M.
Yes. E-T?
R-E.
R-E? Yes. But all of them can be correct spelling. Are you getting me, Jerry? Because in English, you have what you are saying, American English, and then the British. Okay. So whether you write E-R or you write this, it's still the same. Or you write this, is still the same. Are you getting me? So even if you write hectometer with the H-E-C-T-O-M-E-T-E-R, it is still the same as the other hectometer, which is this one. Are you getting me, Jerry? So the spelling that Del has given is also correct. Okay, is also correct. Then this the short form become HM. Any other person? Okay, so members, I think let's stop there. You can practice those the spellings. You can practice them as we move on this. Now, what we are going to look at is how we are going to be changing those units, because those units can be changed from one to another. Those units can be changed from one to another. You can change from kilometers to hectometers. You can change from hectometers to decameters. So you can change those units from one unit to another unit. So that is what we are going to look at now. Now, when you want to change these units, here I'm saying, here is how you can recall the order of the metric unit. Remember, I gave you the order there as, what was the order? I gave you the order there as kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meters, decimeter, centimeters, and millimeters. In that order, so that order begins from the biggest to the smallest. But you can recall that order using what I'm giving you here. Okay? This is how you can recall this. If you want to recall these kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters, if you want to recall it, I have a very interesting way of recalling it. You can say King Henry, daughters Mary, drank cold milk. Can we say King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk? Can we say that? I can't hear you. Can you say how we can recall this, members?
King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk.
Again.
King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk.
Very good. But I'm hearing all like Gideon, Tugume, Elton, the one saying, yet I had given opportunity to all of you to say, but that is okay. Let me again hear from others. Yes. Can you say how we can recall this?
King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk.
Very good. So when you want to recall the order, because recalling the order, remembering the order of metric units, okay, the units that we use for measuring length, if you can remember it, then you will be able to change from one unit to another one without any problem. Because you're going, so because you will be able to know the conversion rate. Okay. So here, King stands for kilometers. Are you getting that? Members? Someone is there with a lot of noise.
Yes, sir.
Henry's.
Okay. Now, here, this is how you can recall. And I'm now trying to tell you how you can use it. If I remember, for me, I say King Henry, daughter Mary, drank cold milk. So King here stands for kilometers. Are you seeing? King stands for kilometers. And then Henry stands for hectometers. Daughter stands for decameter. Mary stands for meters. Drunk will help you to remember decimeter. Cold is centimeters. Then milk is millimeters. So King Henry, daughters Mary, drank cold milk. So it will help you to remember this. Okay. So members, I hope you are able to remember. Let me remove it. And I hear some of you who are able to remember. Yes, Pretty, can you tell us how you can recall the metric unit? Pretty? Pretty, can you tell us? Yes, Pretty? Okay, Pretty is not able to remember. Let me get someone who is going to remember for us the order of metric unit. Carol? Yes, Carol, can you recall?
King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk.
Then King stands for
Kilometers.
kilometer. Then Henry stands for,
Hectometers.
then daughter stands for,
Decameters.
Mary stands for,
Meters.
drunk stands for,
Decimeters.
cold stands for,
Centimeters.
and then milk stands for.
Millimeters.
Very good. So members, that is very important in what we are learning. Very good, Carol. So that is very, very important in what we are going to learn, because it will help you to change from one unit to another. It will help you to change from one unit to another. So those units of kilometers, hectometers, meters, decameters, and so on, it can be changed from one unit to another. Now, another thing that I want to explain to you here is this. Members, the way these things are arranged, the order, kilometer is the biggest, and then hectometer is the second biggest, then comes to decimeter. So it starts from your left hand side, the biggest start from your left hand side, going to the small, to the right hand side. So millimeter becomes the smallest. Now, what we are going to look at is to change from centimeter. Look at where centimeter is to change from centimeters to millimeters. That means centimeter is the first on the left. So it means centimeter is bigger than millimeters. So when we are changing from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, we are supposed to multiply by the conversion rate. Now we are supposed to derive our conversion rate. Let's get our conversion rate. We are going to change from centimeters to millimeters. We are going to change these units now, but we shall begin changing centimeters to millimeters. Now we need to know how many millimeters are in 1 centimeter. So when we draw a table, okay, when we draw a table here, okay, here they are telling us that 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. How did they get it? How did they get it? Okay, that is the question. How did they get 10 millimeters? So learners, when you come here, I'm going to write, let me write it like this. I'm going to write this. I'm going to write kilometers. I'm going to write hectometers. I'm going to write, after hectometers, decameters. I'm going to write meters. I'm going to write decimeters. Then I'm going to write centimeters. I'm going to write millimeters. Now, since we are going to change from centimeters here, this is what we are going to change, this one. We are changing from centimeter to millimeters. They will give us unit in centimeters. Then they want that unit to be in millimeters. Now you are supposed to know the conversion rate. And this is our conversion rate. It is, here we have 1. Reaching millimeter is only 1 step. You fill it with 0. You see? I see. So that means 1 centimeter is 10. 0 here represents 10. 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. So this is where they have got the conversion rate. That from centimeter is here 1. To reach millimeter, you add with 0. If you want to change from meter to centimeter, you can even say King Henry, sorry, let me use let me write this. I just want to explain more on this. King Henry daughters Mary drank cold milk. You see? Now, if I want to change from meters, I put meter is 1. To reach centimeter, I will put 0 here under decimeter, and I put 0 there. So it means that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So that is how we have got centimeter to millimeter is 10. 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. So that is our conversion rate. So therefore, only 1 meter gives you, 10 millimeters. How about if I have 2 centimeters? What will I get? Are you seeing that? Okay. So this means to change from centimeters to millimeters, we multiply. What are we going to multiply with? For example, if I tell you to change, for example, if I tell you like this, in this step now, if I say change 5 centimeters to millimeters, this is what they are saying. So for you are going to say 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. Now, how about if I have 5 centimeters? How many millimeters can be there? That is where now they are saying if you have 5 centimeters, you multiply it by 10 because each centimeter is 10. Each centimeter is 10. So if you have 1 is 10, another one 10, another one 10, 5 of them. So you multiply 5 times 10 millimeters. Then there you will be able to get how many class? How many are we going to get? We shall be able to get 50 millimeters. So this is how we are going to be changing. Okay. So when you are changing from anything which is on the left to the one on the right, for example, we are going to be dealing with centimeter and millimeter first before we deal with any other unit. Okay. So we are dealing with centimeter to millimeters. Now from centimeter, we realize that we have moved only 1 step, and to reach here, we have just got 1 0 here. So therefore 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. So let's go and see how they are going to set for us the question. So this is our example 1, which I have already tried to explain. So can you read example 1, everyone? Okay, I can't hear you. Everybody, can you read? Read example 1.
Change 5 centimeters
Again.
5 centimeters to millimeters.
5 centimeters to millimeters.
Okay.
Change 5
Centimeters to millimeters.
Very good. Very good for reading. Thank you for reading, Joseph, and your colleagues. Thank you. Now, if you want to change this, you need to recall the order of the units. You need to recall the order of the units. The order of the unit is, now I want to change, but how will I get the conversion rate? How to change it? Let me recall the order. The order is King Henry daughters, King Henry daughters, Mary drank cold milk. Drank cold milk. This is the order. Members, this is the order. So this is what we are going to change. This is what we are changing. This one is what we are changing. Okay, we are changing this one. Okay, this is the order we are going to deal with right now. So in this order, let me separate it like this. To find the conversion rate, this is the order we are dealing with. So that means we have 1 centimeter, and here we can fill it with a 0. So this gives us that 1 centimeter. How many zeros are you seeing there? Only 1 0. So that means it is 10. 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. This is how I have got my conversion rate. This is how I have got my conversion rate. So therefore, I'm now going to change 5. If now I know that 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. So how about if I have 5 centimeters? Okay, this is where they told us now to multiply. We are going to multiply 5 by 10. So we are going to say 5 times 10. Okay, 5 times 10 millimeters. So class, if I multiply 5 times 10, I will come here and say I have 5 multiplied by 10, like this. So you say 5 times 0 is 0. Then you say 5 times 1 is 5. So how many millimeters are in 5 centimeters? We have 50 millimeters. So this is how we change from centimeters to millimeters. Let me hear from you learners whether you have followed that example when we are changing. Yes, Joseph. Joseph, have you followed that?
Yes.
Okay, that is good. Let me hear from another person. Angel, have you followed me there?
Yes.
Very good, Angel. Thank you. Okay, so I think we can continue. I want to ask you one question. Before we continue. Okay, this is the question. Who is ready to answer this question? It's going to be a simple question, don't fear. Let me put for you here. Somebody may fear that Tonny is going to ask a very big question. Let me just do it here. Convert. Okay, the question is convert 2 centimeters to millimeters. That is the question before I go to the next one. Who is ready to answer that question? Is there anybody who is ready to answer the question?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now all of you do the question and tell me the answer. Answer that question, tell me the answer. I will just pick you so that you tell me the answer. Answer the question, tell me the answer. Yes, my boy Ose. Is it Osea?
It's Hosea.
Osea, yes. Osea, what have you got?
It's 2 centimeters. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters.
1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters.
Yes, and then 2 centimeters is equal to 2 times 10 millimeters.
2 times 10 millimeters.
And then you get 20 millimeters.
Then we get, so we say now 2 centimeter is equals to 20 millimeters. Very good, Osea. Yeah, so members, that is how we change from centimeters to millimeters. Remember, centimeter is bigger than millimeter. You can see it from the conversion rate that we have got. I told you the biggest begin with the kilometers. followed by hectometers, followed by decameter, followed by meters, followed by decimeter. Then now the smallest becomes millimeters. So you can see from centimeters to millimeters, we have only 1 centimeter like this is equivalent to 10 millimeters. Now, if you have 5, so you multiply. So therefore, if you are changing from the bigger unit to a smaller unit, you will be multiplying. Okay? Can we go ahead and see another question? Sometimes they can set you question in fraction form. How about when they set for you in fraction form? How do you answer it? Okay, when they give you a question in fraction form, how will you answer it? Okay, in fraction form, how will you answer it? Let me see whether this one has, this is decimal. You see, can somebody read for us that question? Daniela, can you read that question? Daniela? Daniela, are you there? Mwesigwa? Mwesije?
Yes, teacher.
Can you read the question?
Change 2.5 centimeters to millimeters.
Very good. Change 2.5 centimeters to millimeters. Now, here, now for me here, now I'm just going to, Daniela, thank you. Now, members, let me also do that just for a few minutes. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm now going to recall King Henry, daughters Mary drank cold milk. Now, I have cold, that is centimeter, and milk. Okay, centimeters and millimeters, they are near. So I want to get the conversion rate. I draw that table to get the conversion rate. Okay, so you realize that from centimeters, you have 1 centimeter here, and here you fill it with 0. So that means that 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeters. Is equals to 10 millimeters. From our table here, from centimeter to reach millimeters, you only fill with 1 0. So that means 1 centimeter is 10. 1 0 here is representing 10. So now you are changing 2.5. So if 1 centimeter is 10, how about 2.5? How about 2.5? 2.5 centimeters equals to, what do we get here? Okay, so this is where they told us that when we are changing from centimeters to millimeters, we multiply. So here we are now going to say, we shall say 2.5, let's multiply it by 10, like this. So here it will give us millimeters. Okay, it will give us millimeters. So 2.5, it will give us millimeters. Now, what do I do? Somebody to advise me here. Learners, there I have 2.5 times 10. What do I do? Yes, Salom, Apollo?
Yes, teacher.
What do I do in this step? I'm supposed to multiply 2.5 times 10. Yes. There are 2 ways you can multiply it. Do you have any idea in one of them? Okay, members. Okay, let me hear from another person. Salom is okay. You will get the idea. That's why we are here to learn. Eh? Yes, so, okay, let's go to Grace. Grace, do you have any idea? Oh, people are putting up their hand very fast. When I identify Grace, people put up their hand very fast. Daniela, Daniela, do you have any idea of how we shall multiply that 2.5 times 10? Daniela? Okay, Graham, do you have any idea? Graham? Okay, let me go to those who are put. Yes, Graham, yes?
Yes.
Do you have any idea of how we shall multiply 2.5 times 10?
We change it into an improper fraction.
How do you change a decimal to an improper fraction? Yes? Yes.
You go on the point and then make an arrow to cross 5.
This one goes here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it will become 25 out of 10.
25 out of 10. Then we multiply it by 10 millimeters. Yes, thank you. Can you continue? Okay, so in this stage,
to continue for me.
Yes. So in this stage, what you do when you have changed the decimal into a fraction, you can cancel this 0 with this one. Otherwise, it is 10 divided by 10, you get 1. Even down here is 10 divided by 10, you get 1. So here you remain with 25. 25 out of 1 is the same as 25. And then 25 times 1 is still the same as 25. So your answer becomes 25 millimeters. That is 2.5. 2.5 give you 25 millimeters. So if you don't want to change it to decimal, you can even multiply 2.5 like this. 2.5. You can even multiply it by 10 like this. 10 does not have a decimal point. It is only 2.5 which has a decimal point. But you can multiply it like this. You can say 0 times 5 is 0. Then also you have 0 times 2 is 0. Now you have here 1 times 5. 1 times 5, you will get here 5. Then 1 times 2, you will get here 2. Okay, from here you can add. So when you add 0 plus 0, you get here 0. Here you have 0 plus 5, you get here 5. Here you have 2, you can put it there. Therefore, if you consider the number you were multiplying, 5 has a decimal point. So in the question, we have 1 decimal point. So you come back here to the final answer and you count 1 decimal point. You put a decimal here. So your answer becomes 25.0. So if you have 0 on the side of the decimal number, you can ignore that 0. There you remain with only 25. So that is how you can change a decimal number into millimeters. So the best option you can do is to change it to a fraction. So if you have 2.5, okay, since it has only 1 decimal place, this is only 1 decimal place, and this place value is called 10th. This is the place value of 10th. Okay, this is the place value of 10th. So therefore, for you to write it as a fraction, it becomes 25 out of 10. Okay, it is the same as 25 tenths. If you know how to write those fractions in words, 25 tenths. Because of the place value of 5, so that is how you can change it into a fraction. So when you change to a fraction, you come back and multiply by millimeters. Okay, so members, I hope you have followed how to change decimal into a fraction. Have you followed that?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, you can ask.
About when you choose 0.7.
What is your name? What is your name?
It is 10 p.m.
Yes, it is 10 p.m. And because you were making a lot of noise when we are starting, you consume the time. But anyway, we are going to stop there. But I wanted to give you a question which has a fraction. How about when they set for you a question which has a fraction? Will you be able to answer? Okay. Sometimes they set for you a question which has a mixed fraction. Let me just explain that and we stop there. Okay. For the decimal, you change it into a fraction. Just here, like we have changed 2.5 to be 25 out of 10. And then you multiply by 10 millimeters. So your answer becomes 25. Now, how about if they asked you in a fraction form? Okay. Let me just show you this and we stop there. Okay. Because you consumed some time making noise. It took a lot of our time, but let me just show you this. It is important. I heard somebody saying it is 10. Should we stop there or I show you this? Members, should we stop? Okay, let me try to explain to you this. Okay, so if they set you this question, you come back and have your conversion rate. Still, our conversion rate is from centimeter to millimeters. You have centimeter here. After centimeter, you have millimeters. King Henry, daughters Mary, drank cold milk. Cold stands for, so in my table, see how I'm drawing the table. So in my table, I'm trying to find the conversion rate. The rate at which I can change. So here I'm going to have 1 and 0. So it means 1 centimeters is equals to 10 millimeters. Now, how about one whole number, 1 out of 2? This is a fraction, centimeters. Okay, what millimeters shall we get? Okay, now in this step, we are supposed to change. We are supposed to change the mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So when we are changing this, you multiply denominator, that is 2, times whole number, that is 1, plus numerator. I'm changing this fraction into improper fraction. So you multiply denominator times whole number plus numerator. Then you put out of the denominator. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 out of 2. So finally 2 plus 1 become 3 out of 2. Now, one whole number, 1 out of 2 centimeters is the same as 3 out of 2 times, because when we are changing centimeter to millimeter, we multiply by 10. You see, this is how you do it. So from there, you can look at 10 and 2. They can be divided. So you can divide 2 divide by 2, you get 1. And then 10 divided by 2, you get here 5. You can count if you don't know how to divide. You can have 2 here, give them 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many is each person getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you find there are 5. So finally, you will get here 3 times 5 millimeters. So what is 3 times 5? Esther Nachtende, what is 3 times 5? Esther?
Yes.
What is 3 times 5?
15.
So there we have 15 millimeters. You see?
Teacher.
So one, yes.
I'm the one who had a question.
Yes, you can ask.
What about when they give us 0.7?
Okay, I'm going to answer that.
How?
I'm going to answer that. But have you understood? Have you understood this one of the fraction?
Yes.
Okay, now let me, for example, you said, what about when they say, members, allow us to only answer this and we stop there. I know time has gone. Okay, this is what Esther is saying. What about if they say change? Esther, can you write that question? Change 0.7. Let's say 0.7 centimeter
to
okay, so that is, it's still okay. Yes, it's still okay. What you do, you are going to come back and say, okay, you are going to come back and say 1 centimeter is equals to how many millimeters, Esther?
10 millimeters.
10 millimeters.
Yes.
Okay, now you are changing 0.7 centimeter. 0.7 centimeter will be how many? We are supposed to multiply, otherwise, let me rub this. We are supposed to multiply, 0.7 times 10 millimeters. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Now, there are two ways you can do. One, you can change 0.7 to a fraction. 0.7. 7 is having a place value called 10th. Okay?
Yes.
It has a place value called 10th. Now, this is 7/10. So 7/10 is the same as 7 out of 10. I see. So this is 0.7 is the same as 7 out of 10 in fraction form. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Why did I leave out 0? You cannot say 0.7, 0.7 out of 10. Okay, 0.7. Can you start counting like that? 0.7 out of 10. So this 0 is useless. Are you seeing? But if you have, let's say 3.5,
yes.
If you have 3.5, 3 is important. 3.5, you will say 35. That is 35, eh?
Yes.
Out of 10. But 0.7 just becomes 7 out of 10. So you come back here and say, now 0.7 is the same as 7 out of 10. So 7 out of 10, multiply it by 10 millimeters. Are you seeing? So you can divide 10, divide by 10, okay?
Yes.
So that you remain with the 1 here and here also 1. So finally you have 7 times 1. 7 times 1 millimeters. So what is 7 times 1 millimeters? Yes? Esther, what is 7 times 1? You get there 7. You get there 7 millimeters. Are you seeing that? Esther, have you understood it? Esther? Okay, so members, that is where we are going to stop for today. Let's give opportunity for other classes to come in. Just that because you have made a lot of noise when we are beginning, I had to extend this lesson, but I cannot extend it anymore. You just go there and find this work in the Google Classroom. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.